Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is Chaos Mole, and today we want to talk about the Activision Blizzard acquisition and what that exactly means, and also to answer some questions. I have seen quite a bit on the internet, and well, if you have missed the news, Activision Blizzard will get bought for nearly 70 billion US dollars by Microsoft, and the acquisition should be finished in 2023, so about next year. And if you want to get the whole story, you can find a link in the video description where I made a video about that already. Now, I see a lot of questions. People are like, oh my god, what does that mean for PlayStation games, for Call of Duty? What does that mean for the problems Activision Blizzard had with sexual harassment? What does that mean for Bobby Kotick? And so many more questions. So, let's try to answer them. Let's answer the first and biggest question probably a lot of people have, especially if you are a PlayStation player. What is now happening to the Activision Blizzard games, and more importantly, what is happening to your beloved Call of Duty? Well, from what we have heard and gathered so far from Microsoft, the games which are already available on PlayStation will stay available. They have always done that, and they will not start to change that. It's as simple as that, really. But they do say that some games will be available exclusively to Xbox. Now, unfortunately, they haven't really disclosed which games that would be. And I can see that story games maybe will be more exclusive to Xbox than PlayStation. But when it comes to Call of Duty, I don't really see Microsoft necessarily taking that away yet. It really comes down to how much they think they can grow their Game Pass, which is super duper important for them. Like, it's one of their principal cores of Xbox, Game Pass. Like, they have the console / PC market, they have the cloud, and Game Pass, and they are all working together. It's like a circle. And so for them, it is important to push Game Pass no matter what. They want to become the Netflix of video games. And to achieve that, you need bangers. They have now tried over the last year with some good games here and there, and they moved from 19 million players to 25 million subscribers. And that's a pretty good jump in a year, but that's not enough. They need so much more. They have to push this to so much more people that it works out, and you need some banger games for that. So, I can definitely see that Call of Duty will be available on Game Pass day one, and that would be a huge thing. But, let's be real here, like we all know that most of the Call of Duty players are PlayStation players. Like, we have the numbers. Like, Call of Duty is available on all platforms and people are buying it and playing it, but PlayStation is the biggest platform out there. And sure, they would lose out on money, but let's be real here at this point. Does Microsoft really just care for the money? Like, they are worth so much money. And I think for them, it is nearly as important to like reach new audiences and get them over to the Xbox ecosystem than it is to just make money. So maybe they have definitely made the math on this, and we will see to which conclusion they came. But there might actually be the conclusion that yes, even though they will lose out on making money, it is far more important to get more people into the Xbox ecosystem, and maybe Call of Duty will become some sort of Xbox exclusive. What we definitely can say, the good old marketing times and like special DLCs things and timed exclusive things for PlayStations are over. Not immediately. This year's Call of Duty will definitely have a contract with good old PlayStation, and I wouldn't be surprised if even maybe next year they will have like a special contract with Sony. But 2024 as the latest will be the cutoff point for anything PlayStation exclusive. Like all those special things will be for Xbox people and Xbox people alone. Doesn't mean it will become an Xbox exclusive though. But we will see. The same goes basically for every Activision Blizzard game out there, where we don't really know, like, where Microsoft says, okay, you know what? No, this game would get us so many more people. Like, screw the money we lose out right now, and we will see how much people we are getting in our ecosystem, right? It's tough to tell. Which brings us to the next question I've seen quite a bit. How will this influence any of the games? Like, will Microsoft now step in and be like, hey, World of Warcraft, change this. Overwatch 2, change that. No. No, really. Sure, there will be a certain amount of influence, but we have seen this already with other Xbox first-party studios and internal Xbox studios, that they're not really interested anymore too much into pushing for control. Like back in the day, Microsoft has basically done what every publisher does, right? Directly intervening with some of the games and be like, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. Oh, we don't really like that. Like now at this point, Phil Spencer has said it himself multiple times, they're really just there to provide the services to help developers out if they need help and just give them the money they need. And that's about it, right? So they will probably do the same thing with all the future Blizzard games and Activision games for sure. Yeah. So I don't really see them changing it up too much, which is good, I guess, because in my opinion, Activision Blizzard has made some good games, but I think that Activision has been too active in the last few years to intervene. So they've basically done that what Microsoft did like decades ago, and that didn't really work out for them. Now, the next question I have seen, okay, but what is with all the problems? Well, they have already mentioned that they will change some structures. And Microsoft in itself is a very different cultural company than it is Activision Blizzard. I'm not saying there is no sexual harassment at Microsoft. It will happen in every company. But it always comes down to how a company reacts to that. Like, that is super important. And Microsoft has been very aggressive against this. Like, they are always active and they immediately show responsibility when something is happening. So I think for a lot of developers, things can only like get better. And speaking about games and different culture, I actually hope that a lot of studios who have been exclusively working on Call of Duty will be freed of that Call of Duty prison. So if you don't know what that means, Activision has bought a lot of studios over the years to just exclusively work on Call of Duty, or had their own studios who made amazing games over the decades, and then they just made them Call of Duty studios. Raven Software, who's just now a Q&A studio for basically Warzone at this point, has made some amazing shooter games over the decades, like Star Wars, Jedi Knight, the series of that. Like, again, Raven has made some amazing games. And the same goes for some of the other Call of Duty studios. And I really hope at this point they will utilize that a little bit more. I see a lot of positivity surrounding this, but there are two main points people made they are absolutely not happy with. The first thing, Bobby Kotick will stay the CEO of Activision Blizzard for the reminder of the time Xbox and Activision Blizzard became one company. When that is done, the deal is over. Good old Bobby will punch out, and he would take a lot of money with him. Somebody estimated through his contract and the shares he apparently has, he will end up with a little bit of money, not too much, just a bit, about 400 million US dollars. So just a bit of pocket change that he is actually good, and he will get over the winter and stuff till he hopefully finds a new company to ruin. Yay. But no, jokes aside, like seriously, he will get 400 US dollars when this deal is going through. 400 million, not 400. 400 million US dollars when this deal is going through. And it's just, people are mad about this. Like, I will be honest, I expected that. Like, that dude didn't want to go. And he was ruining the company every day a little bit more. So that he is now just getting the money he doesn't deserve, and then he's gone. I think this is the best outcome we could have hoped for. And I don't mean that in a way of like, yay, this is great. I mean it in a way of nothing would have happened otherwise, because the board of directors and even the shareholders were backing him. Like, they were totally backing him up. And they were like, yeah, no, you were good. Like, sure, a little bit sexual harassment here, some threats there, totally misguided decisions, but you made us a lot of money, so we stick with you. So, again, as much as I would love to see him getting punished for the things he did, the transgressions he did, it would not happen. And so, well, they at least decided to, like, here, take the money. If that's what it needs to get rid of you, cool, take the money and piss off. Again, not happy, but I think this is one of the best outcomes we could have hoped for, as much as that sucks. And that was one of the two questions. And the second question is now, of course, well, now that Bobby is out, like, who will take over? So Phil Spencer will take over, and he would take over as the CEO of the Microsoft Gaming Division. So that changed. He wasn't the CEO of the Microsoft Gaming Division, because the Microsoft Gaming Division didn't really exist. He was the head of Xbox. So it seems like they rescheduled a few things here and there, and that's good. So he will oversee Activision Blizzard directly, and I hope that will change a lot of things at the company for good. What does that mean for future games? Well, keep in mind that Activision Blizzard has a huge portfolio of games. They have tons of games, and they have IPs they haven't been using in years. Why? Because probably Activision and Suits were always like, that doesn't make us as much money as Call of Duty. Nah, let's not pursue that. Just make more Call of Duty. I just really hope that now that Microsoft is taking over, that Activision Blizzard hopefully will go back to be a good developer, making good games. The people will love to work at that company, will love to come back to that company on a daily basis to do their work there. I know that some people always say, like, why would I care if, like, somebody has a bad day at their work? Like, I have a shitty day at my work every day. Well, that's A, on you and your problem. Like, you might want to change the job if you can. And B, keep in mind, please, game development is a highly art-based job. It is a job where you have to be an artist. You have to have ideas. You have to focus on what you are doing. And it's a very mentally taxing job as well. Like, there is so much where you really need, like, let's say, a clear mind to make games good. And let's be real here. In the last years, especially Blizzard games, they suffered. They suffered quite a bit. And a lot of the games we got were not really that great. So, and a lot of decisions they made in their already existing games were not really great either. Looking at you, World of Warcraft, even Overwatch. It's like, yeah, I can only hope that this would change the company for the better, because I believe that Bobby Kotick would have just dragged this company with himself into the abyss. And there wasn't much they could do about it. Besides of, well, give this dude the money so he pisses off. And again, it sucks that it works that way. I'm not a fan of it. Absolutely not. But maybe this is the reset button Activision Blizzard needed. And I hope we will start to see some good games. And maybe even some new ones. So I'm hoping for that. But TLDR, I can see some positives here. It's not all bad. It's not all shitty. But I'm hoping that this is like the reset and an improvement we all have kind of craved. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you're on your way out, please leave a like. It helps me out. And if you're new to the channel, you want to see daily gaming news, reaction videos, sometimes opinion videos like this one, or tips and tricks for new games, I would also appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel. It would also help out a great deal. And if you ever want to catch me live, you can do so from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. East Coast time, which is 2 p.m. UK time and 3 p.m. Central European time, over at trovo.live/chaosmole. And we are always talking about the newest gaming news in Mole in the morning when we are starting. And then we are switching over to the hottest and newest games, sometimes even way before the release. #Dying Light 2. And I hope to see you there. With that said, have a good one. Stay safe. Bye-bye.